The Salesforce Named Query API is a groundbreaking feature designed to simplify data access for both internal agents and external applications, particularly beneficial for businesses in dynamic markets like India. It allows administrators and developers to define specific SOQL queries that can then be easily exposed as agent actions or REST APIs, moving away from more complex, code-heavy methods. Named Query API – streamlined data access for agents and apps. Currently, providing agents and applications with data access often involves creating intricate flows, writing Apex code, or using generic REST APIs that require detailed SOQL knowledge. The Named Query API aims to dramatically simplify this process by offering a declarative way to define and expose precise data sets. The need for simplicity, current challenges. For agents, existing methods like flows with getRecords or Apex invocable methods, while functional, add layers of complexity in creation and maintenance, demanding more developer effort. For applications, using the generic query REST API requires applications to know SOQL, which can be a security and maintenance overhead. The subject's REST API is limited to single record retrieval and lacks filtering capabilities for sets of records. The Named Query API addresses these challenges by offering a far simpler and more secure alternative. How to access and set up Named Query API. The beauty of the Named Query API lies in its straightforward setup and dual utility. Create and manage Named Query APIs. Access. Navigate to set up in your Salesforce org. In the Quick Find box, type Integrations and select Named Query API. New Query. Click the New Named Query button. Define SOQL. Here, you'll write your SOQL query. A key feature is the ability to define filter conditions by including parameters in the where clause, prefixed with a colon, e.g., where it equals, recorded. These parameters allow agents and applications to dynamically filter data. Pilot recommendation. For the pilot phase, summer 25 release, input parameters are supported only in the where clause. It is also recommended to include a limit clause in your SOQL to control the number of records returned. Named Query API is a REST API. Automatic exposure. Once you save a Named Query API, it is automatically exposed as a REST API. Query parameters. The input parameters defined in your SOQL query are exposed directly as query parameters on the REST API endpoint, making it incredibly easy for external applications to pass in values. Authorization. Ensure the user executing the API request has read access to the queried Salesforce object. Named Query API is an agent action. Creation. After saving your Named Query API, you can create an agent action from it. This is done via the New Agent Action dialog, which is typically found in the AgentFis Asset Library screen within Setup. Integration. The final step is to add this agent action to a topic and include that topic in your agents. This allows your agents to leverage the Named Query API to fetch specific data based on user requests. Permissions. Verify that the user for whom the agent invokes the Named Query API has the necessary read access to the object being queried. Conclusion. The Named Query API significantly simplifies data access by allowing you to define SOQL queries declaratively, eliminating the need for complex flows or Apex code for agents, and providing dedicated, secure REST APIs for external applications. This feature is set to be available as a pilot in June with the summer 25 release. If interested, contact your Salesforce account team to enroll.